team no nkomo kakra just a minute or two and some of the Champions League nkomo no Santiago Solari and that screen is and from Android in the bar say they don't call lunch after say now Barcelona for a year Madrid who adwuma ewie and clearly Don Ancelotti ebe movie on now the news in is 25th of May Ancelotti officially ebe leave Real Madrid. Now this man in your picture I take charge of the club World Cup before say Xabi Alonso appear what we've been told they said and Corona ko enim I will take charge after the club World Cup. And I think it is in the appropriate way, say Real Madrid, make an ample time for the young gaffer, manager, Xabi Alonso, say, Ubenya enough time. Now, what steady club Real Madrid are prepared on. This is Madrid, political club, and this is a big team. As a overform, when there is a competition ongoing, and Madrid is expected, say, competition be Obekombian, will make a positive impact. Now, when you bring in a manager to go and start the coaching career at Club World Cup, and not all coaches, any bit me, are hitting the grounds running at the GBB. Ekobanisa or the unnecessary pressure about already the Xabi Alonso. I think with that positive decision, Fiorentino Perez and the entourage decided to reference Xabi Alonso. Even if Oba walking in, he will need time to prepare himself. Then Solari take charge, prepare the team, go play the Club World Cup. After that, then this man comes in. He is a perfect fit for it, man. Maybe the day catch us between Orange and club. And I prefer a reference to Jardine Club based on experience and the dressing room pressure Real Madrid opposed at the time. But club ne fall say I'm more philosophy no. That is the channel and our angle on person moving on. I think we support them full 100%. Now young wejuma chairman bar or baby Luther area the stories no and all can lame yama and some I keep saying say this boy is a young boy the mentality of the Barcelona team. The people around him and then for cycling how they've been able to coach and manage him is very, very important. For him to tell us that sometimes he tries to do things to run off time. Say, oh, if you know why you're born up, the content of the man, I know what taking things out of the pleasure at the ABOU. So I think these are all things, any antes dynamics are. Or you're washing away a lot of pressure, air balance after having a very good game against Real Madrid in the Clasico. He has an important game to play against International. To walk off pressure, these are some of the things that okay. A bit may pressure and therefore so game no come but when you look at him this year, now nobody sending a message. A lot of people are saying Rafinha for Ballon d'Or, but Barcelona are not projecting these boys so well for the Ballon d'Or. 14 goals, 20 assists, 2 trophies. In just over Lami Yaman, the age Kutan is here, baby, or Kako, any Juma way at the Yamani carrier. They feel say, oh, that mileage now would need not map on us a projector. Then come on a bit, but that is not the discussion. Anyone on the home come for today. Now, Luther area the story, or can we actually say most accessed by top 5 league players? Most accessed by top 5 league players. This is in all competition. Look at something. All the big players are what the French League Champion, the La Liga, the Premier League, the German Bundesliga, and the Serie A. 48 games in all competition. This boy topic the assist chart by 24 goals. Yes, it is clear. Sending numbers when it comes to goals, but in terms of assists, say you both 5 major European leagues now acquired at the age of 17 and an air topic chart for that. I think said more than one air so on that aspect. He only need to polish the finishing. No. Now I've already obeyed him the next skill. No, so I didn't home come papa. He need to work on that, and I have that trust in Uru and the hands of Flick. We said obey to my acquired and for him catching up with the Leo Messi, Neymar, and Suarez, more I say, oh beat it up. I can't just 3 assists, no equal Barca player because in a single season, or provide enough assist 27 Leo Messi. With the games are Aka, if Barcelona are able to progress into the Champions League grand finale now, if our match is 4 or 5 Naka in La Liga and what it means is that he stand a chance that 2 and 3 Naka to catch up Leo Messi. He will be able to do that. Now at the age of 17, what's the about top map? So I think say Akwadani Modibo so anya or set Barcelona for an extra the progression and how projectivity he stand the chance of winning Ballon d'Or at early stages of the career before say ABOU over 18 and not even 20. We're moving straight to the big action at Barcelona and then the Emirates Sports Stadium. Now Arsenal the Gunners are up against Club Le Parisien Paris Saint-Germain. This is Champions League night. Mikel Arteta didn't come at their former home for the last 2-3 days. Arteta didn't come here. He keep on mentioning one thing. Say Arsenal supporters no over park and so for our boot for our shots and our set Ebra. Making sure say every single minute, every single second, you are also going to play the game with Club at the Arsenal. That is what they did created an atmosphere normal for say very intimidating for team friends at Real Madrid. At the end of the day, on 2 games, they scored 5 goals against Real Madrid, progressed into the next stage of the competition. They will need those support from almost supporters. Listen, listen to the other manager on the side of Paris and Louis Enrique or Cassette. Pressure any team, but the media has been negative and positive towards the team. All these things are and when you are entering into big games, you need to make sure you psych yourself ahead of it. Now, Mirror Studio enemy who I'm out for say afuwi. You're careful, and I say London for me to make 3 major trophies now European now. We have a London club in Arsenal in Champions League. We have a London club in Tottenham Hotspur in Europa League. We have a London club in Chelsea in the Conference League, in the semi-final phase. So people are saying, Manchester is an English club, but they are not based in London. And they are saying, it's a London clubs, no more than they stand a chance of winning all the 3 major European lotteries. No, and they are called London. The only club I'm doubting is Tottenham Hotspur because if folks say Chelsea or what it takes, when you look at the 4 teams of Conference League, now Chelsea with Magic, Arsenal stand a chance of winning the Champions League, but Tottenham Hotspur, based on modern bar opinion, we are or that screen news on air, trust me, from Kakra. Straight. Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain in Champions League. The last 3 recent times are in 2016, that was 13th September, Arsenal echo away to Paris Saint-Germain. Echo Konya a 1-1 draw. The next one I buy the same fixture and a return encounter. Arsenal sat home due 2-2 to Club. The Paris Saint-Germain. Then time now we go PSG progress into the next stage of the competition with the away goal. And then the now that was Kai Havertz and Abrantia the Eddie Bukayo Saka. Omulidi Arsenal Arsenal positive results over team and the Eddie Paris Saint-Germain. So walking into this game now, Yenin Komoka Kra was not quick. So over data ya mediato uskini so opta air boy opta air catcher said this season in Champions League, UEFA Champions League 2024-2025, Arsenal for any attacking third. In terms of teams now on board Champions League this season, only 4 teams and a year better when it comes to Arsenal for the club will be a game. Now, in terms of the attacking third, will be operated from the right side of Arsenal for attacking machinery. This is the position of Abrantia Eddie Bukayo Saka. Centrally, Hannah Arsenal for a progress. So will be a as on number there. The reason in tier number now from 24.4% Arsenal a progress attacking or Konenima or Monfino. From this Arsenal and it's become number 9. Yeah. Kai Havertz Abubi, Gabriel Jesus Abubi, Vereno Abubi, and Omo S. So Arsenal, you understand them. The reason it's here from then the left side, they have 35.6% on operating. Now I'm attacking Eddie F. So 40.0% for Club and the Eddie Arsenal. And to think is that Bukayo Saka in their first leg against Club and the Eddie PSG, and also in the league phase against PSG, you started game within bare 3-4 minutes. No, yet Nuno Mendes Wojuma. And the first goal, the ABOU club and the others. After so, I didn't know. Arsenal could not operate through that space again. Nuno Mendes came into the game and make sure, say, defensively, say, Arsenal equitable now. Obey my enough form with the another stopping Abrante and the Bukayo Saka. We want to see. And they are Arsenal for almost strongest part of Omu team. As compared to PSG, honestly say defensively, the left side of PSG almost with defense and Nuno Mendes. That is the position Paris Saint-Germain and somewhere and how the battle will fare. Now, my character was a season winner. This is the position that Arsenal body was. So in the first leg, and I said league phase, I almost say the 2-0, and that was the position and Abrante, the first Bukayo Saka, and they rated 60.4 when it comes to that particular day. Operating from the right side of Arsenal for attacking machinery. Now the next picture at that screen so Kweku Mekacha was only 4 teams and when it comes to the right side of attacking PSG are one of those teams no. The end 40.9, Arsenal 40.0 in all the games of in Champions League. PSG are 40.9, PSG 40.9. The difference is that this is a position that any one player enable. PSG position no Ousmane Dembele so bad work. Bakola 8 member, Desire 8 member, Kwaraskhelia 8 member. So they have 4 players, and all of them move into these spaces depending on when and how a player no. And as a team, Paris Saint-Germain in transition on person will pretty. Sometimes those players will move into these spaces. Now almost about so this place 33.6 for them, Paris Saint-Germain, and then FIFA 25.5. Almost clearly they don't have an outright number 9 or pretty. And will be a team no more there in the show of Aquada first Gonzalo Ramos. But game no, all the other players are Pena first Luis Enrique. Use wingers are operate to rotate to we behind. They try to make sure that movement, every team I Macas position we naturally say 40.9. Why and a best position Obe try to stop club and he did Paris and almost operating from the right side. Eyakwada and he did Marcel Lewis Kelly. And to think he said we could this season in Champions League on the down so into where my opponents were empty. Only 1 dot per anyhow. He has been dribbled past just once. Marcel Lewis Kelly in Champions League this season. The time Onyan debut our Champions League, the same fixture against the same Paris, and it was that game. And our branch didn't desire you. Sorry, Bakola Enya only 1 dribble passing. That was the game at that time. No, really, Dembele, the coach, Kuntia dropping that fixture. So only 1 time, and our branch first, Marcel Lewis Kelly in Champions League has been dribble past. The position so clear. It's a PSG for no dominance. This side. Now Arsenal forms the strongest part of our defensive unit, and so that part. It tells you and the battle between Arsenal, or my first Marcel Lewis Kelly, and the Paris and players are on the right side of our attack. Was a problem so because there is not going to be Thomas Partey in this game. So Marcel Lewis Kelly, a lot of responsibility. So about try about the other players, and we'll see how Paris Saint-Germain will deal with that. Now this is Paris Saint-Germain. When it comes to zones of control, PSG control the game now. But these spaces, this is the right space of club and PSG. This is the left. It tells you say PSG for laterals. No? The left back and the right back, they don't stay on natural position. And this is the center of Omu team now. And also the central defensive zone. The 4 and 5, Pacho and then Aquada defensive Marikios. But about right and left now. These boys, they are inverted players. They don't stay here. They try to move forward into the half spaces. Ever through the base of the team. The first of Paris, or formation. So you see them here. Say this position. Mendes, Ashraf Hakimi, and then they have their wingers also trying to rotate into this space. Madin can't catch us. I'm on the out and out number 9. Which is so I say a bit empty because your movement in either this place or this place. And then centrally, because of the 3 midfielders are in Vitinha, Neves, and then the other players, or Fabian Luis, no. They say 50 and almost Ebenya control at the club. So this is how PSG, in terms of zones, they also move into another important idea of which game. I first David Raya and that was screen. So 29 shots and in Champions League. And as a goalkeeper, near about 29 shots at the ball. So to think we consider just 6 goals from the 29 shots now advance and tells you say Arsenal for age in semi-finals now. So more Pobia Bonabaswa, we Bukayo Saka, any other players or more than Australia. There is 1 man in between the sticks. On also more than for Clava, he did Arsenal, and then he's going to prove an important figure for team friends Arsenal if he's able to come into the limelight and limit. Say games are what me prove point. Edia Sevu Club friends Arsenal PSG a come fast to go passing. Acquire of us, important performances against teams and Arsenal for the fall say on bet me go past them. He's one player, Arsenal and so hope he said the other one. Now PSG our problem. Now we are in Champions League short location considered from set pieces. Your name say Arsenal trademark about set pieces. Yeah. It's either free kick and a corner kick. Arsenal what they were any Paris Saint-Germain for this season. You see goals for PSG are conceded in Europe. Among what they were excluding penalties any own goals. PSG are conceding about 10 goals from set pieces. Either a corner and also a free kick. And they are going to play against him on honestly trade. A corner kick and also set pieces. I want to see how manager first Louis Enrique ever deal with Sa at the end of Arsenal for pressure. I'm also Eddie Baba giving them. I've listened to the 2 coaches now. And no one answer my can Eddie Kuma catch say and that say already did Marcel Lewis Kelly ever important Eddie Arsenal. I want to see how we saw Arsenal say air try Adi over the weekend. Says in the absence of Thomas Partey, the last time I was telling you here say Adiana Partey ya Odi yellow card. You could see Declan Rice sending the Buofu. Party said they needless because they know how important Thomas Partey the club offense as and when it comes to our setup we are at that Ukraine. So the moment our party it frees Abrante the Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard said me move to create spaces for our attackers now. But today some movements in my Declan Rice will try and make sure say he will be the first player of a drop it deep to receive the balls from Arsenal defensive unit so that Moreno ever Odegaard ever but so obetini move work. Then this boy here, Marcel Lewis Kelly, will try and move into the half space of the center line to also try and be the DM for Tima in the Arsenal. But my culture of how pressure is so contagious over this position. Say, oh, Kwaraskilia, oh, Dembele, oh, Bakola, and also Gio, and restrict whoever would just have position. They say, Ubet Macon and I movement at the club and the Arsenal. So that is my fear for club and the Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal. How you say, if they are able to deal with this so well, Nas and Mereno, ever can rise move 8 containing the pressure, and what PS or move 3. Now these 3 for Paris Saint-Germain, Vitinha, Neves, Rius. They are 3 players and our midfielders are on any day they can deal with any other team. For any movement and rotations, they have a defensive unit. Mendes and so this season the modern boss and Ashraf Hakimi providing 5 assists in Champions League clearly tells us that and by Yastik and by Fluke the modern boss and we want to see how delay with all these situations. Paris Saint-Germain 18 goal streak run. So their last 18 matches on Mabonina. So clearly, so team and the last 18 games of Abonina or Sigua, it tells you that or team or quite weak in what they were Arsenal and so against Paris Saint-Germain, their last one, Nina, a move 2 goals, 18 never match. Nothing, say PSG will get a goal. Emirates will promise you, but Arsenal will win this game. PSG committed a lot of errors and blunders. Arsenal will beat them. PSG will get a goal. I see over 2.5 in this game. And so I am a catcher on match, from now on, who 3 goals game. Who said goals a match in me 3. If it's a Cedar, I'll be surprised. But in my books, I see 3 goals. That is what I'm rooting over 2.5 in this game. And I'm giving PSG a goal. So I'm going for a 2-1 win for Arsenal again. Arsenal will beat Paris Saint-Germain and then you read.
But c'est pas des spécial one.